Hey y'all, so I'm getting ready to go outside and check out my produce sprouting right in my kitchen. These are potatoes just starting to sprout. Before I knew anything about gardening, I would throw these away. If you plant these, you will have potatoes in your garden. Each of these things, each of these sprouts are called eyes, and they'll actually produce for you new potatoes. Over here, I have my ginger starting to sprout. I believe because of the extreme hot temperatures, everything is just sprouting. Look at my sweet potatoes sprouting in the kitchen. And these I purchased at BJ's for my husband, but I guess he's not eating them enough. And the weather has been extremely hot, so these are starting to sprout. But honestly, I don't know if it's too late to put these into the ground. I know ginger might be a little bit too late because ginger likes the warm weather, and we're already in August, so I don't know. We'll have to see about that. We'll be about to head into the garden and see what's going on. So y'all, it's been 2 nights of extreme heavy rain and the garden is loving it. I'm gonna do some chores because I had some containers laying around and they filled up with some rain as well. But in the meantime, check out my new teacup. Did I tell you all I'm such a sucker for cute little cups? I was at Marshall's and I saw this cup and I was like, oh my goodness. And you know how they get you? They put everything right at the register. So you get it ready to check out with exactly what you need. And then you find these cute little finds. But I couldn't resist getting this cup. And my husband was like, another cup? Like, how many cups could you possibly have? But I absolutely love it. It's an overcast day, which is a perfect day to be outside in the garden. You would see down here, these tomatoes are thriving. They are, I think this year, my cherries, my tinies are doing the best job in the garden. I'm not really getting as much aromas and the bigger tomatoes as I was in previous years. And check out the pollinator. So we're gonna take a walk through. Oh, look at my big Bertha starting to come in. I planted that last year for the very first time. It did absolutely amazing in the garden. So this year I made sure that I got another one of Big Berthas into the garden. I think I did 2 actually. Happy to see down there. We got some big boy tomatoes ready for harvest. So we're gonna get those harvested. Oh my goodness. I have to show y'all something. So I've been saying the only thing missing in my garden, I don't think I told you all, but the only thing missing in my garden has been a table, and I refuse to pay ridiculous amounts of money for garden furniture. So I was at IKEA, my favorite store, and they were having the end of year clearance, and I picked up a cute little table for my garden. So I'm gonna go outside, I'm gonna go inside and go get it. And today I came outside with my bigger basket because I think I'm gonna get a good harvest today in the garden. For now, we're gonna put this on the barbecue pit because my table is not in place, but we about to set it up, baby. We about to set it up. So this is my rain barrel. As I told you all before, rain typically falls from the top of this roof down into the barrel. But these little containers I have laying around collect water as well. So usually I come out here and just do this. I'm gonna need to put this camera down and take care of that one. But look at these peppers. And my lemongrass is doing absolutely great in this container. This is just a Dollar Tree basket, y'all. I used this last year and decided to use it again this year for my lemongrass. But I think I'm going to move my lemongrass closer to the door because it's serving no purpose over there. And I needed to deter away the mosquitoes from coming into my house. So it's releasing a nice scent. So I'm going to move this closer to my kitchen door. So we're going to work on that. But for now, let me go get my table. Pretty easy to assemble. So I got my table set up. I feel like a real gardener, content creator right now. So I got my little cute little setup going on. Y'all, I forgot to introduce myself. So welcome to my channel. Hello there. My name is Amina and I am a backyard gardener here in Queens, New York. Welcome to my channel. If you're finding me for the very first time, I'm so glad that you stopped by today to say hello. We're gonna take a walk through the garden. Just set up my brand new IKEA garden table and chair that I picked up on sale. So I'm feeling legit right about now. Hey, let's sip on some tea in my brand new cup from Marshall's as well. So we're gonna go see what's ready for harvest. You know why you should follow me? Because I'm that girl. Because I'm figuring it out and I'm just having fun with it, having fun with the whole journey. And I'm so glad that I get to share it with you all. Guys, what I found over here in the corner. I was complaining about my cucumbers not doing their thing. How I have 4 cucumber plants and I've only had 2 cucumbers, y'all, like 2. So I don't know if it's that they're not getting pollinated or if the squirrels are eating it. My friend was like, I never heard squirrels eat cucumbers. I'm like, listen, I don't know, something has happened to the cucumbers because I can't have 4 plants and only get 2 cucumbers. Okay, so cucumbers has not been a big win for me in the garden. One of my greatest wins in the garden has actually been my tomatoes. Some people I've noticed say they struggle to grow tomatoes. That has not been an issue for me from the very first year that I planted tomatoes, which was 2013, was the first year I gave tomatoes a try. My tomatoes just took over. I was like the tomato queen. I was giving away tomatoes. I didn't know anything about preserving, saving, doing nothing. Like, I was just like, you want tomatoes? Okay, I got tomatoes for you. You want tomatoes? I got tomatoes for you. Some of the tomatoes even spoiled just being in the kitchen. I didn't even think about I could have freezed them or what I could have done with them. But the more that I'm able to learn in the garden, the more that I'm able to do. So this year, I know I've promised a couple of people tomatoes. So once I give them their tomatoes, that's about it. And the rest are going to be in my freezer because hopefully I'm going to have some fresh sauce through the winter until hopefully summer 2025 when I'm able to plant some more tomatoes in the garden. So let's take a walk. These dahlias. And I think my most favorite part about these is that I started them as tubers. First year planting dahlias. Every other year I would just buy them from the store already flowering. So I feel like this is my greatest accomplishment this year. I've heard how hard it is to grow dahlias, but I'm so grateful to God that He allowed my dahlias in my garden to grow. My neighbor's doing construction, so hence the noise in the garden. I'll try to speak a little bit louder I don't feel like going back in to get my earpiece, and my daughter's not around, so I can't ask her to help me get it. But over here, look what I found. Y'all, look at the size of these cucumbers. Look at the size of these things. This is ready for harvest. So we're gonna twist this off. And to protect themselves, cucumbers have these spikes on their skin. And I learned that this was to actually protect the cucumbers from pests, disturbing them. And this is the straight 8. So that's why it's so long. I'm gonna get my measuring tape and actually measure it and see how long it is. But look at the size of that. Gorgeous. Homegrown. So down here, this is a teddy bear sunflower. I enjoy coming out here and just rubbing my skin through, rubbing my fingers through it because it is so soft. My lemongrass showed you all about. And these zinnias over here are just taking over the garden, and I absolutely love it. I learned about zinnias a few years ago, and they are going to be a staple in my garden every single year because they are just gorgeous. Even when I'm standing up there and looking at the garden, they look absolutely amazing. Down here we have green peppers. Hey, back to my table. So down here what we have is watermelon. I'm seeing a lot of watermelon leaves, but I'm waiting to see my very first watermelon grow. I have not seen it. Oh, my pepper is finally blushing. This is supposed to be a yellow pepper, yellow bell pepper. So that's why I actually left it on the plant, because I wanted to see if it would actually turn. My peppers have never turned before, and I believe it's because I usually harvest them when they're green because I either need them to cook or to do something in the house or somebody asked me for them. But this year I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave these peppers on to see if they actually turn, and it looks like they're doing that. So I'm well pleased with that. A few yellowing leaves on my pepper plant, and I'm not quite sure why, because it's typically majority of the leaves are lush and green, and then you just have a few leaves that start to turn yellow. So I'm not quite sure why. I can't tell you why. I have to do some research on that myself. We have the Big Bertha over here, and it just feels like the past 2 days of extreme rain in the garden have really done a number in my garden. Like, when I say a number, not in a bad way, actually in a good way, because my plants are just coming up. And here we have cayenne peppers starting to show themselves through. Absolutely beautiful. My first year growing them. So I'm looking forward to seeing how these do. My goal is to dry them and to make cayenne pepper powder. So that's something that I will look into. Yo, look at these basil. Basils are basil in this season. I have a bunch of basil all over. Some more green peppers down here, as well as some carrots. My goal is to pull up all these carrots. So let's see. Look, one. Oh, I think that was the final carrot in this bed. Okay. Alrighty. Now that opens up this bed a lot. The more airflow that your bed gets, the happier that your plants are. So if you're looking into gardening the first time, my recommendation would be actually start small and get your hand at it, see if it's something that you like. The first year that I started gardening, then I gave gardening a break for like 5 years. I started in 2013, And then I wasn't sure if it was something that I really enjoyed doing. I thought it was a lot of work, even though I had a great tomato harvest. It was a lot of work coming out, watering. If you had to go out or go on vacation, making sure that somebody would be home to help you water and things like that. So I gave it a little break. And then in 2019, right before COVID, I started gardening again, and I haven't stopped since. 2020 was my absolute favorite, most favorite, best year in the garden. And I think it's because we were all home and I had so much time to be out here in the garden taking care of it. Look at Miss Big Bertha over here. Hey, Big Bertha. I had so much time to be out here taking care of the garden. So that's why I believe it was my best year. And look at my first okra. We're gonna harvest this. So I wasn't sure when Americans say okra, but my family originally is from Nigeria. We say okra. So okra was ready for harvest, but I saw somebody's harvest their okra about this size. So I'm harvesting mine, my very first, and I planted this from seed. Somebody said when gardeners say they planted from seed, they're actually flexing on y'all. So I'm a flex. I planted that from seed, and it's doing absolutely amazing. We're gonna harvest some jalapenos down here. I usually like to leave stuff until I'm ready for them, but we gonna harvest these. So here's some jalapenos. And having my little table and I could put my basket means that I don't have to be walking around with holding stuff. So I showed y'all this bed pretty much. We have some Cherokee purples down here. We're gonna harvest this one blush because the other day I came and a squirrel had gotten my Cherokee purple. So Cherokee purple, I'm growing this for the first time this year. You're also gonna see these netting bags. This is a protection mechanism. This is me protecting my fruits from the squirrels. And so far so good. This is a big boy and the Cherokee purple. We're gonna go get the other one. And I see some blushing Romas too as well. So I'm gonna harvest those. And pretty much you just open the bag, harvest what you need to harvest. And it has this pull drawstring. So you just pull it back closed. I have to come and put some bags probably around those over there. Got my blushing Romas here. I'm gonna leave that a little bit because it has the netting around it, so they're not really gonna bother it. Another green pepper here. I've harvested some green peppers from this one here, and it's turning into a whole bush. The other day harvested 2 gorgeous black beauty eggplants, and my coworkers had asked me for them, so they got those. And y'all, look at these purple peppers starting to come in. This was a free seed I got from the okra lady, so I'm happy to see that it's doing beautifully. These are my shishito peppers. Some of them have started to turn. I noticed that when they turn, they're actually more spicy. Ooh, I'm in the bees territory. So, some shushitos. We're going to harvest those cherry tomatoes right now. Some sun gold cherries in the back. I was thinking about actually just cutting it off, but there's still 2 here that are not ready to be harvested. So I don't like to harvest them green. I usually like to wait until they're at least that color or even red. And I noticed that the squirrels don't seem to really like these cherries. They seem to always come after the larger tomatoes. So I haven't done my research about that, but it might be something that I'll look into. There's some blight going on, so just pull up those leaves. I'm gonna leave these tomatoes in here. Did I show you guys my Dollar Tree planter? This is my stackables right in front of my kitchen door. Don't mind the mess. Be like that sometimes. And I'm not sure what variety, but it seems to be aroma. And it's growing out of one of these containers, which I planted this as a seed, and it was just an experiment to see if the size of this pot would actually be large enough to grow a tomato, and it did. And I'm happy to see it fruiting. So can't wait till those get ripe. Y'all, I'm sweating. I was enjoying the overcast day, and I was hoping that it would stay that way, but it's starting to get really, really hot. Some more zinnias here. I did not plant these, so these are self-seeded, but they're gorgeous nonetheless. And sweet potatoes, French marigolds here. I've been contemplating if I want to, I am completely going to rip out this squash down here. I think I have another vine borer problem. Yeah, not dealing with this at all. So getting rid of this. No wonder I noticed it hasn't been fruiting as much, but I haven't been in the mood to do any major work in the garden, but it's time to pull that out. So let me show you all. So I've been complaining about these beans. Today's Sunday, and I hope you all got some word in, got some encouragement to carry you through the week. If not, I got something for you. So from my previous videos, I don't know if you remember, I was complaining about my green beans that I planted over here, and it's so lush, so full. It looks absolutely gorgeous. But I was like, you know what? I didn't plant you to just be producing leaves and just look lush and full. Y'all, I gotta turn this camera around and show your girl is out here sweating. So I was like, I didn't plant you to just be out here producing me leaves. Like, I need some fruit, right? And how many times in our life from the outside, we're like, it don't look like nothing is happening. Like, where's the fruit of all my work? Where's the fruit of all my labor? And then I came and lifted up some of these leaves here, and I'm gonna show you all what I found. So my word of encouragement for today is look again. Look again. Don't be so quick to count that situation out. Perhaps you have put work into it, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a job, whether it's your kids, whether it's a business. Look again. There has to be something happening. Sometimes it doesn't look like it on the outside, but when you look a little bit closer, you will see wonders. Okay, when I came and actually picked up the leaves, look at what I found. Look at all these beans in here are coming, looking so beautiful. So we're gonna get these harvested. I harvested some the other day. So my word of encouragement for the day is look again, honey. Look again, mister. Look again, daughter. Look again, son. There is something happening that probably your eyes cannot see because you're looking at the wrong place. You're looking at the wrong thing. But if you look a little bit closer, just look at what God could do. And look at what God is doing in your life. Honey child, I'm so pleased with my beans. And then we got some callaloo down here growing. Y'all don't mind me. I just be playing around. But I'm having fun, and I hope you all are having fun with me in the garden. Thank you all for continuously leaving me comments. Thank you for all the new people that have been subscribing to my channel. I got somebody from Brazil. I got somebody from Africa. I got people even from New York, so it just gives me so much joy to be able to come out here and share my passion with you all. And gardening is not something that I thought I'll be doing at all. Some new beans started to come in, but they're not ready. This is starting to go way into my neighbor's house, but I'm sure they won't mind. So I recently found out that you can actually cut the sweet potato leaves and saute them like you would spinach and things like that. Never tried it before, but it might be something that I'll look into. My compost bin here, I've kind of deserted it. Haven't really put any work into it this year. I'm just letting it do what it's doing, but every time I come and look, it seems to be lower and lower, so it means that it's actually breaking down. The worms are actually doing what they're doing, and I have a top over it to keep the heat in, because the heat will help to break them down as well. This section over here, I think I figured out that I'm going to use it to store some of my soil. I recently picked up soil from New York City Compost. They're giving away free soil, so you get 2 bags of soil. Oh my goodness, my sunflower has opened up. Oh, sorry y'all, I got distracted. So New York City is giving away 2 bags of free soil. Check out the website. I'm gonna put the link probably in the comments when I post this video, but they're giving away free soil to New York City residents. So if you're a gardener, go on, I believe it's DSNY, or you could even go on Google and put NYC Compost Give Back. And y'all need to pay me, NYC, because I'm promoting y'all, okay? So NYC Compost, and you can get compost for free for your garden. I actually stayed over when the event was over, because I had like a later time, and the lady was like, if you stay until it's over and we have any more bags, you can take the extras. So that's what I did. It was about an hour extra, so I just stayed, waited in the parking lot to use that time for meditate and do some things that I had to do. And I got actually 14 bags. My neighbor had been asking me about the compost bags, but he's actually older, so I was able to give him 2 bags, and I kept the rest for myself. Even though I'm going to do a fall garden, I don't think I'm going to use all of them, so I might end up storing them over here. So I think that's what I'll use that section for. But y'all, I am so excited about my sunflower. Look at her. What should we name her? Oh, maybe Sunny. Hey, Sunny. Sunny, you are so gorgeous. So gorgeous. And we got these ones over here still coming. Every now and then, I look out the window and the squirrels come up here and just pull them off and run away with them. We also have this big guy up here starting to come in. I believe this is the mammoth sunflower, and just look how tall it is, and look at the size of this stalk. Look at the size of this thing. Corn is doing amazing grace. Y'all, my corn, it looks like this is going to be the first year I'm actually going to get corn in my garden. It's not the first year I planted corn, but it's going to be the first year. It looks like I'm going to harvest me some corn, and it's because of the way that I planted it. Not quite sure if you can see on the bottom over there. I think I shared it already in one of my other videos. I actually put chicken wire and planted the corn seeds through the chicken wire. So I think if the squirrels did try to get over there, they got that iron on their foot, and they don't really like that at all. So doing good. Potatoes are looking absolutely amazing down here. I found a self-seeded okra in the bed over there where I have the other okra plant. So I pulled it up, and until I figured out what I wanted to do with it, I put it into this I put it into this bag here with my potatoes. But when I moved the squash that I showed you all over there that the vine borer is destroying, I'm gonna put the okra right over there, which allows it ample amount of sunlight, and I think it will do absolutely amazing. Y'all look at these tomatoes starting to come in. Don't they look gorgeous? And volunteer my volunteer tomato over here is starting to ripen. So we're gonna harvest these. And we got our first blush, and this seems to be a jubilee. I thought it was I don't know, unless it's just yellowing first and then it'll turn red. I don't know, we'll see. But I think I have a jubilee in here somewhere. We also have some blight tomato issues going on. So I'm gonna get my scissors and come and cut these off. So the blight, when we talk about, is this shriveling of the leaves. It's a little disease that happens to tomato plants. Nothing, it doesn't harm your plant or anything. Just cut off those leaves. Even to the zinnias, they started off looking beautifully, but the extreme hot temperatures, I think, are what are doing these to the plants. So we are going to now take care of uprooting this and transplanting the okra over there. And I think that will be it for the garden chore for today. Yes, we've done a lot. I've done a lot, and you all have been hanging out with me. My backyard. And maybe you don't have a backyard the size of mine. You can grow in containers. I have a bunch of containers. Even in the midst of my raised bed, I still have containers in the garden. This was a barbecue, an old barbecue pit that was breaking down that I turned into a planter. I spray painted it a couple of years ago and put some weed protector barrier, some sand, some soil, and typically I use it every year just to plant my flowers as a staple in the garden. So yeah, so many more containers. And y'all saw the Dollar Tree planter I showed you all over here. This is perfect if you have a balcony or somewhere right in front of your house and you want to grow food. Think about using something like this because it will be perfect. And look at the door and look at it right here. It doesn't really take up much space, and you can do compact varieties of tomatoes in them. I know that there's also a company that sells these stackable things. I can't remember. I believe it's Greenstock. I don't own one myself. My desire is to own one of these days. So maybe you want to donate to that purchase for me. But start where you are, start where you are, start small, and just enjoy working with your hands, enjoy working with the soil. It's so therapeutic, it's so relaxing. Sometimes my family doesn't understand how I could just be out here for hours, and I try to balance it a lot. I don't try to burn out myself. Majority of the work is the beginning of every season, like the starting, just getting your soil started and things like that. But after that, pretty much when you have everything in the ground, you just have to maintain, you have to fertilize, which is my least favorite part about gardening. I have to put together the video in where I was fertilizing, and after I fertilized, I didn't realize that we were going to have rain the next day. So I don't know if it really made any point for me to fertilize because rain is kind of like a natural fertilizer in itself. I mean, it's not that concentrated as some of the fertilizers. I use the Alaska Fish Fertilizer, which is the 511. And I've been using that since 2019 when I came back into gardening, and I've seen tremendous results from using it. So that's why I stick to it. I know there's so many other things out there, and when I plant, I use the Job's granular fertilizer. Sometimes I also use the Espoma tomato tone. That's typically when I'm putting my plants into the ground. This year, for the first time, I used the Biotone starter. I never used it before. But I didn't really notice a difference from using it to not using it because I still had great results in the garden. So that's just my share. So we're gonna get those things uprooted right now. Look at this. Just completely destroyed my plant from the inside out. So those little white moths that you see, they lay the eggs, and then these things get into your plant and just devour it. So this is what I pulled out here, and this is what the space is looking like right now. I need to get these off the floor. Gonna just add some compost to that section over here. Right over here, I'm gonna add some compost, put some fertilizer, and I'm gonna transplant that okra. I'm also going to remove this zucchini over here because it looks like I'm having the same issue. I have never experienced pest issues in the garden like this before. I don't know if it's something happening in the environment or what it is. It's just never been an issue for me before. So, I mean, I'm not getting the zucchini harvest that I thought I would last year. But nonetheless, it's all part of the process, part of the journey. And that's one of the things that actually discouraged me from gardening the first year, because I wasn't really expecting all the pests that I saw in the garden. But I'm learning that it's just a natural part of the process. If you think about it, we're actually coming into their natural habitats and trying to grow food and things like that. So they're just, devouring and eating stuff that they usually would in their natural habitats. I mean, that's just the way that I look at it. Maybe you have a different opinion or different approach, or a different way that I could come back and come after these things. I know I've seen some people do foil paper. I might try that on that one that's still alive, that one. And then this is the little baby that I planted the last time, that I believe the last video that I did, I planted this, and I'm happy to see that it's starting to sprout over there. So let's get that okra planted. And the okra is all planted in, and this space is great enough for it to grow. Also noticing some issues with this zucchini, but I'm gonna leave it alone just to see if anything happens with it, as well as this one right over here. You can see the roots are kind of just looking sorry and pitiful right now. But I still see a fruit starting to come in. This is where I've been getting the yellow zucchini from, just that one plant. I had about 5, but only 2 seem to be producing. So now I have this one starting to come in. Hopefully it does good before the season. And that one right over there, we'll see what happens with it, if it even has a chance at life. So we'll see. And I'm just gonna pack this up over here. I gotta water that okra in. I'm not gonna put too much water because I believe we're getting rain again tonight. So it's rained for the past 2 nights, and I believe it's gonna rain again tonight. So just so that the roots know it's in a different environment and don't go into stress, I'll water that, put a little bit of water, and allow the rain later to take care of the rest of that. Those little terras, as cute as they look, are the ones causing this issue here. So I got a little closer to this plant here that I said I was gonna leave alone. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna leave it, see what happens. But the closer I got, it looks like The vine borers are also in there. So I'm gonna wrap this up with foil and see what happens. Hopefully I could protect. A few more harvests starting to come in. The leaves still look pretty healthy to me. Just a few powdery mildew on them. I'll cut those off. Otherwise they look to be pretty healthy, except for these that seem to be leaning a lot. So I don't know what I'll do. This has not produced at all. So we'll see. Got my foil, put my gloves, new pair of gloves on, and get the stem of this wrapped up. And hopefully I could save it. Otherwise, see what happens in the next few weeks. If not, I'll just pull it out and put some tomatoes I have growing in those 2 little containers. I might put them in those beds. So we'll see what happens with that squash. Keep your fingers crossed with me. Hopefully I could salvage those. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good year for squash and zucchini. So this is today's harvest. So appreciative of this gift to be able to grow my own food. What I want to do with those tomatoes. I saw somebody talk about they freeze them little by little until they have enough to actually preserve and can. Y'all just look at how I'm sweating. I cannot wait to get in the shower. And I don't know if it's just me. I just feel like every time the squash leaves or the zinnia leaves touch my skin, like I just start itching. So every time I leave the garden, the first place that I go is right into the shower, and these clothes grow right into the washing machine. So I'm gonna get that done and prepare lunch for the week for my husband. And yeah, what else? Just relax, probably catch up on the Olympics. I've been looking forward to the track and field races, and I'm so happy that St. Lucia made it for the very first time. Listen, the underdogs are coming up, y'all. The underdogs. So y'all, thank you for continuously being amazing. Thank you all for your likes. Thank you all for your comments. Oh my goodness, I just thought I saw a squirrel. So I was about to fly off this chair. But thank you all for continuously liking my videos, commenting on my videos. You all are helping my channel grow. Share this channel with another gardener who may benefit from some of the tips and some of the pep talks that I do throughout the day. You all amazing, for real, for real, for real. And I appreciate every single one of you. You all make this journey rewarding for me. And I always look forward to the notifications whenever I have a moment to get on and respond to you all. Though I may be a little slow to respond, y'all, I love you all for real, like in real garden life world. I love you all for real. So you all have an amazing day, have an amazing week, and don't forget the tip of the day. Look again, because there may be something hiding underneath all that hard work that you have put in, just like my beans was hiding, and I just had to look closely. Oh my goodness, I just felt a drizzle. So it's actually about to start raining. My plants are loving all this rain in the garden. Once again, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to share it with somebody. God bless you all, and I hope you all have an amazing week. Bye-bye. I forgot, before I leave, I want to move the lemongrass plant that I told you all about. Much better. Bye for real this time. Happy gardening, happy planting. Catch you all in my next video. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. God bless you all.